Hello, and today is not a combo guide, a tier list, play this character, or RMZ trying to influence you in any way to the blue way. Today we're doing a series of case studies on all characters Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and today we're covering man like Big Blue Beta. So Blue Vegeta, Blue Vegeta, Vegeta Blue. This character at a glance, when you see Vegeta, big bang attacks, tons of kicks, a lot of stuff. Really mixing up the opponent with grabs and all sorts. So this character, if you like this character, if you like Vegeta, this is probably one of the flashiest of all the Vegetas, where he can mix you up with these wrecker-like motions and really keep the opponent guessing on block. Then this is Vegeta, is definitely for you. Now, as always in these case studies, I like to talk about grounded concepts, so we like to talk about characters in zones. So we're going to have up close, mid-range, and far. So that's what you're going to hear me talk through throughout in this entire case study. We're going to go through the buttons on the floor, in the air as well. Just a few buttons, the supers, specials, before we delve into kind of the win conditions that the characters are potentially looking for by design, and the game plan. So let's go. By the way, shout out to this tune. Now up close, Vegeta has, and then he has got 5L. He can chain this. 5L is -3. His 5LL is -4, and it's 8 frames. Now the implications of this is actually pretty huge. So for someone like Vegeta, if an opponent was to kind of 6M him, not many opponents can actually clash with Vegeta. Not many opponents can kind of clash with him, if I was that kind of Team Gohan, for instance. Because it's 8 frames, not many people can clash with the guard. Let's get back to it. So that's his 5LL. His 2L, he can chain as well, so you can chain both of these, so it's very good for hit confirming and very good for staggers, as you can see there. Very powerful tool. You can do that with both, not many characters can. 5M being is 9 frames up close, and from really far this can be up to -1. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. The tip of his toe, his tippy toes. Really hard to do this. Probably won't get it, but you get the gist. It can be something up to -1. -4 near round start, and this is a really good tool for Vegeta to kind of stick out there. He has 2M being -6, and from far this can be up to, this can be plus. This can be actually -1, sorry. This could be nearly -1 from really far. -3 from there, so this is a really good tool, not really punishable, and most Vegetas have great buttons anyway. His 5H actually hits at the mid-range, so this is a good tool around obviously the mid-range to really get in there with Vegeta. 2H, one of the fastest 2Hs in the game, being at 13 frames, good angle and good speed. So if this combined with his 5H, this character has great buttons all around. JM, great cross up with JM, so this is a typical, and like all Vegetas, his JL is a good cross up button from an angle that goes straight into the medium, so that's really good to throw out there. His IADH, the Saiyan double axe handle, very good approach tool for all Saiyans. So this is what you're going to use to primarily kind of get in there from the mid-range. Or with him just press 5H. He has probably one button, 14 frames. Now, let's go into supers, because he has a few of them. He's got quite a few supers, so let's go straight into this, shall we? Supers, his super here. Niagara Palm punches you to the ground, and you've got 2 variants of this. If you hold down the chest, you can actually get a follow-up there. So in the corner, this could lead to deadly damage. Oh, I missed it there. Hold down the button. As you can see, combined when we meet it up, you can do lots of damage. You do have to also be wary that after his super, he can't use Vanish, and obviously Vanish right after. So something to be wary about. His other level 1, the young Galikugan. So this is kind of good there. It doesn't get any type of knockdown there, so this is something to use. Now this Vegeta has training 5 bars. A level 3. Give him plus 43, so he gets to use a super jump mix up like here. You can go high or low. And he also has a level 5. If you hold down the button as well, I use HS. He gets a young level 5, so he can dump meter. So this character with the right resources can really hurt an opponent, and that's all he screams about, resources. So that's his supers. Now we're gonna delve into his specials. So this is where the meat and potatoes are, everyone. So his 2v6S, big bang attack. So this is very good to just throwing out there. So if your opponent wants to super dash here, so if I let's put a super dash. This has the hitbox as well, so if the opponent tries to come close, this is a very good move for kind of hitting out the opponent there. That's his 2v6S. Vegeta obviously has his 5S as well. So this has a good angle. In the air he can do 2. If I'm using combos here, he can throw this out. So this is a very good, this covers a very good angle for Vegeta when he's going back. On the ground it goes straight, but only throws once, so it's something to be very wary about. Now Vegeta is the king of grabs when you're standing, so 2-on-4L only hits when the opponent is standing. So 2-on-4L, close. M goes really far, hits in the air like this. So if the opponent is like, you might be thinking that it hits in the air, yes. So this will hit the opponent when they're trying to run away. Then you have the H version, which not only hits obviously in the air, but also hits, it does not hit crouch, but it will hit the opponent if they are standing. Now for Vegeta, Vegeta has an array of moves. So his 2v6L is his party starter. So this is 12 frames, really fast. Press LL. L, he does it like it goes into -5. So the majority of his enders are all -5. And depending on the button you press, the higher he goes. So if you do L into M, Vegeta gets his motion hit. Vegeta can dash after. Because the M obviously pops him up higher. So if Vegeta does ML, Vegeta can dash after. So you combine this with an assist. Vegeta in the corner can get really devastating situations. Especially because the L into L has no gap. So we do reflect on. So M into L has no gap. If you do L into M, it will have a gap there. So that's kind of the biggest difference. And also the ender is here. You can use H for the ender. M for the ender has a gap as well, as you see there. So depending on obviously damage, routes you use, the combination of these that you're going to really work on. So if you use M into H combined with an assist, this can put your opponent in a really precarious situation where they have to get between the high and the low. Do this with let's get with T Gohan assist. Again, I'm doing it a bit too fast. See there, your opponent has to get between the high and the low with that. So that's a really hard situation to be in because of the landing probably of this and the high. So that's really hard for your opponent to deal with. So yeah, please use them all. His 2v6H goes pretty much near full screen. This is a good tool to kind of get Vegeta in if you're kind of doing this. But it can be hit, it has no invincibility whatsoever. If you do HHH, it goes like that. M as always has a gap. LL. So this is a good tool to kind of get him in. You are spending a lot of bar. So be wary, you are spending a ton of bar. Now I can spend forever speaking on his specials, but we're here to talk about his win conditions and his game plan and what he's really looking for in a partner. So let's begin. So one of the biggest win conditions for Vegeta, as you saw right there, is yes, that meter. When he has that meter, all this character needs, I repeat, all he needs is 0.5 bar and an assist. So if he's able to make his opponent block this, already there, your opponent can't reflect. Your opponent now has to guess between that two situations, especially combined with Nappa. If you combine that with Nappa, what if you do? See here, he can use the variety of his strings here to really make the opponent really guessing on what they're doing there. He doesn't even need an assist sometimes, he actually can do it by himself. But here, obviously he's a bit too far out for the low option. So using that bar, using that 2-6 M into H, really helps opponent. Obviously you can't get this from here, because if you saw M has a gap, it's a bit slower, 12 and 17. So being very smart with when you do your strings with your opponent and making them block, kind of what you're looking for here. So not just doing 5 H into this, your opponent breaks to reflect, waiting a bit and then just throwing out. Your opponent has to kind of guess that. Now, who helps this character and what he's looking for in a partner? So two things that we saw that he's looking for in a partner is, as we already saw before, he's looking for high block stun assists. Reason being, this is what he's looking for. So by high block stun, obviously we saw it works with Gohan. Gohan is plus 29 on block, so he's able to get this situation on block using the 2v6 M and the H. So anyone that kind of allows him this situation, or even if he's doing it off of just by himself here. But here in this situation, the low option isn't true. They can reflect the low option. That's something to have to think about. So we saw with Nappa and Gohan is very helpful. Most importantly, secondly actually, horizontal assists that cover range so you can get in safely. Yes, this character can use 2-3-6-H to get in. But as you see here, he doesn't want to be throwing out these 17 frame moves that would lose the key blast and the like. Throwing out an assist is much easier for you. So someone like Nappa, who literally goes straight from here, will allow Vegeta to kind of get in with ease. So he can do what he does best when he's in. So we saw that with Gohan, it's not as good here or horizontally, but we can still use Gohan in some way, shape, or form. We saw with Nappa how it's a high block stun assist that gives him the 2-6-H, 2-6 M and H. Now let's try both their B assists. So Nappa's obviously B assist horizontally is an assist there. It's plus 29, so we saw with Gohan that 29 actually works. So horizontally is something that helps him. Probably not as much as obviously his A assist, but it still works. Gohan's B assist covers horizontal range. However, with this assist, the opponent is able to super dash, so yes, be able to go in, so you have to be really, really ready when you press this assist. If you're using it to cover your approach, you're ready to 2H. So that is a single hit. Now, because this assist can be super dashed, it doesn't primarily help Vegeta in this situation. So he's not probably going to get the high-low. So he probably has to go to mid. See, as you see that. So they're able to super dash the low, but they're not super dash the high. So maybe this will be a lot better for these situations where if one wants to mash a button, you can probably punish them. So probably won't use this assist primarily for helping. Let's try the C assist. Now C assist is high block stun, plus 32, so depending on when you use it, you see that it's very easy to be used, and horizontal coverage, of course. And then same with Gohan, very fast, goes in the face, and it's high block stun. So we saw they're plus 29 and over 28. We saw they're really helping Vegeta here, and with confirms and getting in. Now if we look on to the other side, we have Broly. We have Broly with his A assist. He's only plus 21 on block, so let's see if this helps. So to get that 2v6M. So probably not so much. So Broly probably with a So Broly, even Broly was helpful there. We can even use Broly. So plus 21, but not the high though. So the low, but not the high. So Broly might be just a bit slow. Not so sorry, might be just a bit plus the block. So probably not Broly. But Broly is very helpful for using obviously the horizontal to hide his approach. So you could use Broly for one and one for the other. Yamcha, probably one of the best assists for approaching, as you see there. So Yamcha will obviously help the horizontal approach. And Yamcha would probably help here as well, the high and the low. So Yamcha is definitely an assist that you want to be using. With using that M and H, and obviously ML, Yamcha can only help there as well. Now it seems this character is a virtuoso inside and at the close to mid-range. What fighting against Blue Vegeta? What can you do? Now we talked about how his 2-on-4 is very strong in combos and the like, and his character's standing, and this guy's got lots of mix-up potential, right? But without bar, you take away the bar. This character has no really threatening way for the opponent to stand block for his throw to work. So as long as the opponent is crouching, there's no threatening way aside from 6M. And we saw how strong he is with 6Ms, but there's no threatening way for him to get the opponent. Sure, he has powerful things like, I think I have a recording here. Sure, he has a great 6M that can be +3 on block. You see there, +3. So I really can't challenge. But aside from that, he has no real way to threaten his opponent for this throw to work here. So his opponent can literally crouch block the entire time and just wait for him to do this where he's able to do 2H. So he's not really threatening the opponent to kind of change their block outside of 6Ms. So it's something to realize when you're fighting against them. So a lot of opponents will just literally crouch there. And as great as an option this is, your opponent will literally wait and can actually punish you. Now most importantly is to face someone like Broly. Because of his non-conventional 5S, non-conventional 5S, Vegeta can actually lose out to a lot of characters. Even though he has big bang attack, like there, they can still block. A lot of characters can still block depending on the amount of key blasts you throw out. And he does have 2-on-4H. I need some bar, sorry. He does have his obviously his 2-on-4H that does go through key blast. That he can use from nigh full screen, especially here on reaction. If he's facing characters who do have 5S's, they do give him trouble. So even though he's on the ground and he's using here in the air, Vegeta has to be very wary. Even though he has great tools in this is slow in itself. And with his 2-on-4H, he has to dash forward and be out of range. So when he's at a far range, 5S's from this range will give him trouble. Even if he's here, they will give him trouble depending on the range the character's facing. If he's a long way to hit from it. So something you have to think about at the far range, you have to get a bit closer. Let's go back to the character select screen, otherwise I'm going to be here forever. So we spoke about Blue Vegeta as a character, and kind of win conditions for him are really simple for him. As the more bar he has, the more threatening position you're in. So having that 0.5 bar and an assist, having that bar to be able to liberally get knocked down and do all these really cool things, Vegeta really enjoys. So those are kind of the things he's looking at there as a win condition. Characters that we talked about, characters that help him. He enjoys high blocks on assist. So we saw, where is Nappa? I always forget where Nappa is. We saw with Nappa that +33, +35, and even with Team Gohan. And where's Team Gohan? I always forget where Team Gohan is. There he is. With Team Gohan, that was really helpful him with the blocks on assists. And we saw with obviously Broly, that 21 wasn't really helpful for him. However, horizontally assist, Broly was helpful to cover that range, so to help him get in safely. Because aside from spending 0.5 bar with using 236H, Vegeta is not really, and that 12 frame or 17 frame moves, he's not really throwing out specials to kind of get in, because throwing out, there's a lot of things that happen in Dragon Ball Z. People can throw out Key Blast, So using those assists to kind of those projectiles eat up those, we saw were helpful for him. So we saw Nappa was helpful in that way. The B assist a bit, but we saw C assists were really helpful to bring them out. We saw with Yamcha, Yamcha was helpful for him in both of those. We saw fighting against him without bar and a crouching opponent. He has no really threatening way for his opponent to stand block for his 214H to work. Yes, he has a great 6M pressure, and he has his 5.0 is 8 frames, and he can do plus 6Ms. But aside from that, your opponent's not really gonna sit there to get thrown, especially with all of his options being -8, -5 from 6L, and all the options there. And also conventional 5S's actually give him trouble. We saw he has big bang attack and the 214H full screen and a great angle of jump S. But conventionally, when he's far away, he has to be very preemptive. So they actually give him a tiny bit of trouble, especially with big bang attack. Your opponent's able to block. And 214H, you have to be actually a bit closer to kind of beat out opponents there. So it's something that he does have to think about when you are facing this character. But yeah, as always, if you like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section. We're always trying to create these type of videos, so we really think about our character choices and not just follow obviously others' opinions of characters, but really trying to educate ourselves on how we can make characters better, how we can make our teams better, and how we can kind of equip ourselves in Dragon Ball FighterZ. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video.